Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're a new subscriber, you have made the best decision of your life, because why would you not want to come to Zabi Place? So I know guys, it's a huge change. I'm sure you guys are wondering, why did I cut my hair? And honestly, it is all because I wanted to. I just felt like it was time, and I felt like, you know what, let me just switch things up, and I really wanted to see how I looked with like really short hair. So yeah, that's the whole reason why I cut my hair. There was not much to it, and I was just like, you know what, let me just do it. I literally undid my braids, and I was like, wow, I really don't like my hair. So I'm like, you know what, let me just go switch it up and cut my hair. So yeah, as you guys can tell by the title, today I'll be doing lessons that I learned from COVID-19, the whole pandemic, and post level 5 lockdown, going back to school, all those things, and basically how it affected my life. So yeah, if you guys are interested, carry on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that post notification bell so you can know every time I upload a video. So the first lesson, well, let me just say, the lesson that I learned in terms of school. Yeah. So I'm gonna touch on school first before I go to the other aspects of my life. So in terms of school, yeah, like it was really that thing of, you are gonna have to deal with all the things that you've been lacking with. So basically it was a rude awakening, like it really was. So level 5 lockdown, like the hard lockdown where we were all stuck in the house, and even after that, made me realize that I actually like time management skills and self-discipline. I knew this before, but now it was like in my face, and I had to deal with it. And it was like, if I don't overcome certain things, then I'm probably not gonna grow as much. So school, literally, it was very hectic because we didn't have a proper schedule to be online. We didn't have any, not all of our teachers were doing this whole online thing. Some of them were just sending messages, some of them were sending videos, some of them were sending voice notes and stuff, which was very helpful. But like, it was very drastic. It was like going from always being in class, interacting with your teachers and classmates, knowing what to do, when to do it, and then going to sometimes missing the information because you may have not gotten that. Like, yeah, I was so lost for most of the time, and it actually just taught me that I really need to take my goals seriously, because I think I lost sight of them a lot during the level 5, because I was like, what's going on? Like, are we going forward? Are we going backwards? What's happening? Am I even going to go back to school? Am I going to matriculate? Those were the things that were in my mind, and I was like getting so anxious. And there was group chats and messages were coming in 50 at a time, and I'm just like, this is way too much for me, and it got me really anxious. But you know what, I really feel like it was such a great lesson that I learned, because I not only got to manage my mental health, like manage my anxiety and my stress and all those things, but I also got to know how to manage my time. And I realized that if I just write things down, put it on my wall, chances are I'm actually going to remember to do it. So that's what I didn't do, but now I am so much better in that sense, and it was actually like, this is working. And then going back to school, oh god, let me tell you guys, actually going back to school, I wouldn't say it was the worst decision I made, but it was like, it kicked me in the butt. So I went back to school. I think I was at school for like 2 or 3 weeks. So we opened on the 8th of June, and then I was at school for like 2 to 3 weeks, and then I got sick, like almost dying kind of sick. I got really sick. I thought I had COVID-19, I won't lie. So it was really bad, and the worst part is that I went back to school, and it was like, okay, I'm getting the hang of everything. I'm getting the hang of this whole social distancing, wearing a mask, everything that has to do with the new norm that we're living in. So it was very tricky because when I got sick, I missed a week of school, and during that week I was in bed the whole time. So that week was very frustrating because I missed school, I missed basically everything that was happening in class, and I went, like, it's basically going back to level 5 for me, because it was like going back to school. Yes, I'm now interacting with my teachers, I'm asking questions, anything that I didn't understand while I was studying at home, I now can address it. And now it's basically going back to level 5, and I was like, well, what do I do now? Like, that's literally how I felt. So during that week, I got sick on Thursday I was in Thursday the whole day I was in bed. Friday the whole day. Saturday morning I had to wake up and go test, and let me tell you guys, that test is painful. Like, I think now they changed it. Yeah, I think now they changed it. It's not the nose test anymore. Now they do it down your throat. I feel like it's so much better because I had to do the nose test, and it was painful. Like, I cried so much, I bled so much. Literally, after testing, I was like bleeding. Like, my nose, I don't know what was going on. Apparently it was because my nose cavities, or whatever they call it, was inflamed. Like, it was swollen and stuff. So when they shoved something up there, it was like disturbance. And the worst part is that this guy who was testing me didn't even explain that this is going to be uncomfortable. And not even uncomfortable as in it feels like a pinch, or no, like uncomfortable as in you're gonna wanna throw up, you know. So literally this guy's like, hey Chumi, okay, get sharp, all the way in my nose, and I was like, literally that's how I felt. Oh, it was bad. Like, just thinking about it, like, I would not advise anyone to go test. Guys, please stay safe. Please do not get sick. Don't fall sick. Please, it's the worst thing ever. Don't, like, testing was not fun. And then, okay, cool, so I tested, and then the next Thursday, which was like a week later, I want to go back to school. So I go back to school, I'm feeling so much better, and I'm like, yes, let me go back to school, I got this. I get to school and they're like, nah boo, you gotta go back home because you don't have your test results yet, and we want to make sure that you're fully recovered because it hasn't been 14 days, it has only been 7. And I was like, fine. So I had to literally wait for 3 weeks for my results, and that's, I think it's because I tested with a public institution. It was not private. So if you guys want to test and you want to receive your results in like 2 or 3 days, please go test with private. The only thing with private is that it's really expensive. It's like $850 or something, but yeah, that's besides the point. So I had to wait 3 weeks for my results, and then when I got my results back, I went back to school, and then it was like a week. Yeah, so I went back to school for like a week, which was that week was sad because there was so much happening. Like, there was so much happening. Tests, assignments, people telling us that we're gonna start prelims. Oh my gosh, that week I felt like crying half of the time. And then the minister announced that we have to stay at home for a week. So honestly, in terms of school, it was like very messed up, I won't lie. It was, the lessons that I really learned was just, I need to keep track of myself, like monitor myself, as in, are you even doing your work? Why are you not doing your work? You know, I wouldn't say it's like critiquing myself all the time, but it's just so that I can also make sure that I do what I have to do in order for me to get what I want to get, you know. Because at the end of the day, I do want to matriculate. I do want to have a bachelor's pass. I do want to get into university. I do want to get 5 distinctions or more, all those things. The school part of everything. And if you guys are going through similar things, I would really advise you guys to get a diary. Write what you have to do, write what you want to do after doing what you have to do, and don't forget to write how you feel on that particular day. It honestly works for me. Another thing that worked very well is that I had a really strong support system. My sister and my aunt were always asking me, so what's going on at school and all those things. And my sister's very supportive and she understands everything that I'm going through because she also went through it. So find someone to talk to and hopefully you'll be good, because sometimes you literally follow all these steps and not be good. Like at some point I was also not good even when I was talking to my sister. It will take time, I won't lie. It's gonna take time for you to just find your rhythm and find what works for you. It's very hard to find what works for you, but try and try again. You literally can start all over again whenever you want. There's no rule book, there's no manual how to. Okay, so the second aspect of my life and how it got affected was my goals. I think, let me narrow it down. So I had goals for school, YouTube. I think those were the main goals for 2020. And basically the whole year, like the goals that I had for the whole year. So my goals for school, like I mentioned, I did get derailed. Like I did get off track. I did lose sight of it all. And even with YouTube, my plan was, I think in June, actually, let me tell you guys the truth. From January to June, my plan was to get 100 subscribers. Even though I had already surpassed my goal by now, by June I mean, I also felt like I was not producing all the content that I wanted to produce. So I wanted to do lookbooks and a lot of fashion content, but then I realized that I can't even go anywhere to go shoot these things, because I was actually planning on doing it elsewhere besides here at home. And I got discouraged because I was like, I can't go anywhere, I can't do anything besides do sit down videos, and it was getting to me a lot. But then I realized that let me just do what I can do with what I have, because that's another thing that I realized during this whole thing, is that do what you have to do, or do what you can do with what you have, and this whole saying of do what you don't like in order to do what you like, I never really believed in it before this, but now I actually believe in it. Like, I don't necessarily like studying for physics. Sorry. So in terms of other things, like the other goals that I wanted to achieve, things like, how should I put it? Things like creating memories, yeah. Because that was actually one of the things that I had in my bullet journal. It was like, I want to do things with meaningful intent, if that makes sense, like I actually wanted to form new bonds, and I wanted to just create relationships that are very fruitful and all those things, which I actually did. Surprisingly, I really didn't think certain things I would have gotten during this whole pandemic, but it's actually so amazing how even through the darkest times, there's always that light shining. Like, there's literally always that light shining. Okay, let me put it in context. For example, I got my ring light way before I intended to, which it was such a lovely experience. Like, I'm actually filming with it now. So I got my ring light way before I intended to. I made a new friend. Yeah, I made a new friend, and she's so amazing, guys. I won't lie. Like, she's so amazing, and I really love her. And yeah, so another thing that I achieved, I was planning on doing my own nails, but I was planning on doing it like next year. Like, I was looking into doing my nails and possibly doing other people's nails. Like, this is acrylic and gel. So I was literally postponing that goal, not in a bad way, but I was just saying, if I was going to deal with school, YouTube, trying to be a nail technician and all those other things, I realized that it was going to be too much on my plate. So some of the things I need to kind of postpone them until I can actually do them wholeheartedly. So that was my goal for next year, but I actually did it this year, and I was really happy because I was like, wow, like my plan was actually to do it after my finals, and I got to do it way before that. And yeah, just those things like, hey, I actually want to do this, I'm going to take it off my bucket list and stuff. And I had a lot of things that I wanted to do for my birthday, for example, bungee jumping and all those things, but I couldn't do it, and I was just like, you know. But like I said, even in the darkest times, there is that light that's shining. Some of the things I couldn't achieve because of the circumstances we're in, but some of the things that actually I was planning on achieving way later on in life, I achieved them a lot sooner. For example, I surpassed my goal for June, which was reaching 100 subscribers. I don't know when I reached. I think I reached 100 subscribers in May, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So yeah, that was really fun. It was some of the things that I achieved. I was really happy about them, and I was like, it's not so much of a bad year after all. And in terms of the meaningful relationships and the meaningful memories and all those things, I did create a few with a few people. And another thing that I realized that, yeah, now I'm actually going to speak about the other lessons. So let me just go into it. So another thing that I realized about COVID-19, the pandemic, everything that is happening, basically the new normal that we're living in. Another thing that I realized is people will show you who they are. Dead ass. People will show you who they are. I won't lie. That is like one of the biggest lessons that I learned during this whole time. Literally from March till now. I learned that people will show you who they are. People will treat you the way they want to, and people literally show their true colors during this time. And for me, it was like, it was needed, it was really needed, because if not now, then when? Because we can't keep lying to ourselves and saying, oh no, it's fine, like, just, that thing of brushing it off and just shoving it under the carpet and stuff. I felt like it was the best time to reveal all those nasty stuff from under the carpet, and I appreciate that lesson so much. Even now, I still say thank you, Jesus, thank you, God, for making me learn this lesson way sooner than I was actually supposed to. For example, certain friends they're just there, like they're just there, you guys chill together and what have you. It's really not I wouldn't say it's a relationship that I grow you, you grow me, and all those things, like a relationship or friendship that is adding value, especially in the long run. And I'm not going to say certain friendships did not add value into my life. They really did. But for that period, some friendships taught me, okay, it's like, oh, so this is what's happening in life. You can always learn from anyone that is in your life. I learned those things. I had those lessons and stuff. But I think when I started realizing that there are certain people that are gonna be there, like just chilling, and there are certain people that are gonna try push you. There are certain people that are gonna literally have your back throughout everything, And for me, it was actually quite amazing to see who my people are and who are those people that were just decorating, like literally. And guys, find your people. It is so important. Please find the people who are really your people. Find the people who have your back. Find the people. Please find them. Like literally, please find them. Because another thing about me is that I thought certain people were my people, and I thought certain people had my back throughout everything. But then one thing that I realized when I was sick, when I was like literally about to die, guys, I won't lie, I was so sick. Like during that time, I realized that certain people are not checking up on me. Certain people are not even asking, hey, you good? And all those things. And I don't know if it's petty, but I felt like, let me not ask to see if people actually care. It's like when you stop being the first to text, you realize that how many dead plants you are watering, right? So Yeah, so find your people, guys. I won't lie. Find people that actually like you, like who you are. Find the people who are down for you. Find the people who will always know what's up in your life, you know. For example, I know if I am sick, I can always call that other person. Like those people, you need those people that you can call and be like, yo, this is what's happening, and they will be able to jump at any point in time. So that's the biggest lesson that I learned. I was just like, oh, so people are like this. I mean, I knew people could be like that. I just didn't know that the people that were in my circle are those people. And I wouldn't say, I mean, I'm not the type of person to be like, yeah, cut them off. You know, I'm really not that kind of girl. Like, I don't think I like beef. I don't like, do I like beef? No, I don't like beef. I don't think I like beef. But I think it's very important to put those people where they need to be put, you know, put them in the position that is okay. Like, I'm not gonna put a certain person close to my heart or close to my circle, like in my inner circle. I'm not going to put that person in my inner circle if they deserve to be in the fifth or sixth circle, you know. And there's this other lady, I just don't remember where I heard that. She said something like this. She was like, stop crying over the people that are in the fifth or sixth row, whereas you are neglecting the people in the first row. And that was like, you know, it's like I can't cry for people that are in the sixth row if they don't do what the people in the first row are doing, but they're not even in the first row, you understand? And it's so important. If you are in my first row, I also need to understand that I'm in your first row. I can't put you in my first row if I'm not in your first row, you know. It needs to be an energy that we reciprocate. We need to be mutual in this friendship or relationship or whatever the case may be. So that is top tier lesson that I learned during this whole thing. And yeah, so just to round up everything, I just want to put it out there. The person that I was in March and the person that I am now are totally different people. Like, totally different. And even that smaller yana growth, don't undermine it. Like, don't look down on it. Don't look down on what you've been through. And I think that's the one thing I did during the whole lockdown. I think the things that happened before, I did not really consider. And after considering them, they actually got me through a lot, you know. Like, for example, just going through grade 11, because like last year was a year, you know. It was, yeah, it was messed up for me personally. So I think when I started reflecting on my life and realizing that I've actually been through tough times, like really tough times, and I realized that, you know what, I can do this. What's level 5, what's COVID, like I can get through this, you know. No, like, take COVID seriously, please, guys, take it seriously. But I'm just saying, like, it's just another hardship I need to overcome. And don't dramatize umgowo, guys. Umgowo is not fun. Like, don't make it fun. Don't romanticize it. Don't make it nice. Umgowo is something that is very addictive. Like, that's what I realized. Every time in the morning, imagine every single day for 2 months, Alfela, waking up, yo, ndiagoa. And I'll be like, why? Why Sikowa today? Like, every day, Nyako. Can't there be that day or those days, those months where I'm just like, you know what? Life's good, life's cool. And for me, I just felt like it was like, yes, you may go through hardships and stuff, but you can't always stay in them. Like, don't stay where you are at if you don't like where you are. You know, if you feel like, yeah, I'm going through it, really I am, try get through it, you know. Like, put the work in till it works out. That's my whole mantra for life, like, as of March, well, as of lockdown. So I realized that I need to not always stay where I am, you know, because life can kick you, but what's the point of staying down? This is not a motivational speech, guys. This is not the intention of this video, but I'm just saying those are the things that I realized, that okay, cool, siyagoa, but umgoa needs to end. Like, we need to we need to move on. You know, we need to also realize that we've been through this, so why must it be something that puts us down all the time, you know? So yeah, that's one thing I realized. Please guys, umgo is addictive. Don't do that. Like, don't always be going through the most. Don't go through the most. It's not fun. Like, you must be happy sometimes, you know. You must be very, very happy sometimes. And yeah guys, this video, I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, so you can join the Ole Gang family. And I will see you guys in my next video.